Anyway, right in the middle of my video, it decided to go blink again. I'm really getting tired of this camera. There's got to be a better resolve than a GoPro. Honestly think so. Right here. That's what I wanted right there. Huh, I didn't have to do all that grinding. Knocked a little bit of the body fill out, which I expected as much. Okay. Then we'll dress it down. I'll fix that. This has been taken care of. Now. Sorry about the noise. Just had to jump on that real quick. I got some other work to do in here, obviously. Okay. Voila. No more notch. We'll have to repair the piece I knocked out with the hammer. That's the only place where it's a little over a quarter-inch thick, is the final turnout on the back ones. Just because of all the angles I had to change and make to get all this. Gotta watch rubbing my hand on that because it's like a razor blade. Now we have this one done. See how nice that came out? And we addressed the first cut on this front lip. So what we're going to do is go around and do all 4 of them. This is going to be a challenging one. Here shortly, I'm just going to pull all the tires off and cover the brake drums and rotors up. Let me set the light stand. up in the ideal position. This one needs to be dressed right here. And right here. Nothing much. Not bad. First time up. And then I'm going to use the camera and focus it on that downturn underneath the taillight and put the monitor right here so I can see exactly what that one looks like so I can duplicate it here. Technology at work. Oh, me. I want to use, got the deck lid back on. I mean, that was, now when I put the pad on the lip, when it shuts down, it'll just true itself up and lock in. Right now there's no, it's just bumping because there's no filler in there. And that goes all the way around the trunk lid. So it's all set up for it. Go around this way. Oh, this one's a light one here. Just a little bit. You know, this one's pretty hefty. So I want just radius the arch is all I'm doing. The tape is a visual guide so I can see what I'm doing. It's not exactly on the line. We're supposed to get another, we got 3 to 4 inches of rain last night. Sounded like it was washing the house away. And then, oh. Excuse me while I make noise. Doesn't take much because I got a good quality metal flare. Shame I had to, when I hit that, I knocked a chunk of that fill out, which I knew I was going to do. So I will fill it in several times. Probably with that grip, I can always do it all at one time because it'll just hang in there. You see, it comes around and goes straight down. That one come down and just kept going in. This one's done. Now we're sitting 2 inches high in the back. So this is going to be, get a 2-inch spacer block. It'll bring the tires up inside the fender wells. They have to travel. Listen, there's no grease in there to quiet that down because it's all in a bucket over here, brand new. Because I cleaned it out with carburetor cleaner and degreaser and sprayed it down to a shiny metal and verified the gear markings. And then I looked for cracks and chips and scratched up teeth from eating stuff up, you know. And it looked like a brand new rear end, very little wear. So I got my money's worth there. I just haven't greased it up yet. You know, I see a little bit of touch-up spots. Well, I got to cut this back here. Let's go up there and see what's going on with the front one. And then we got to change to a cutting blade because I need to cut the bottom of this off and it comes straight across the bottom here. I haven't done it yet because this downturn hangs down a 3/4 inch below the Sebring panel, and the other one's already been cut and trimmed, so it does look a little bit lopsided. So let's move up to the front one, and then we'll come back and whack that off by changing that blade. I think I just let you look over my shoulder on this one. Everything I got to do here is right here. It's right here. Just okay, where's the grinder? Now first I thought we were doing it in the chair. And the grinder. What's going to happen is we're going to load up the air compressor over there. My old Craftsman. It's going out to my son's due to the fact that we're going to be making a waste oil heater, and that compressor is no good. It's wore out. It's got all the parts for his if he breaks it or anything on his. So we're going to send it out there for parts. Give me a second here. A little bit of fill hanging on the edge there. So what I'll have to do is wipe it, sand it, and revisit it. It's almost right there. It's a really heavy weld right here. It really supports this. I don't want to cut into it. I think we'll go back and we'll play tail light surgeon. We're doing cutting and playing. Other than the fact that it looks good, other than the fact that I did realize that fill was on the top of that and I nipped it. I'll have to sand it and correct it, but the metal shape's correct. You're not going to shape that body fill with a flap attack. So let's go back while we're at it and get set up to cut off the back of the car. What we're going to be doing is moving everything around. I gotta have more stuff in my way. Right here. So we will most likely have a challenge on this one. Just throw stuff around, David. I got another one of these back here, that back room with my building stuff. And along with the router that I'm going to need to work on my son's barn with. Which means sooner or later I got to do what I don't want to do. Open up that can of worms, go back here. Now I get to lay down in all this dust and line it and cut it. Oh. Dear David, why are you doing this, dear David? In fact, I think it'd be better. Right across there. Oh yeah. I never really used this vinyl type tape much, and then after I did it one time, fell in love with the stuff, and I got about 12 rolls of it laying around. First thing Mommy did, she grabbed 4 or 5 of them for her crafty stuff. Well, let's see if I can do this. This is the one that did not cure. 2 days later, it was still like putty on the outside. It was curing extremely slow. I mean, extremely slow. So we had to clean it off, and then I scrubbed it down, and washed it down with lacquer thinner to loosen up the softer stuff, and took a wire brush to get it all the way down to the hard stuff underneath that I coated. Then I used liquid fiberglass hardener and a brush and worked it in and let it set up, and any residue or anything just flashed up rock hard. And then we did this coat here to get it to a shape. I got to sand this, but like I was saying, I'm gonna set my camera up on that one and set my phone up as my monitor that I use right here. So when I'm sanding this one to match that one, I'm looking straight at that one. Okay, let's see if I'm good to do this. Now, need to improve my light. I really should have my mask on, but it's kind of hard to talk when you sound like Darth Vader. And I forgot I have body fill touching up this panel over here. See if I can do this without eating another mouthful of that stuff. Last but not least, yep, we got to straighten this one up. Oh, I'm on camera, buddy.
Keep going then.
Getting it done. Talking to myself, making a mess. Give me 1 second here.